$1,304 and $2,608 on a monthly basis for SSI, with some very simple changes to supplemental security income. I have all the details for you here in the video. Let's get right into it. All right, now first off, everything I'm talking about here in this video directly pertains to SSI, otherwise known as supplemental security income, and the roughly 8 million beneficiaries that receive these benefits every single month from the Social Security Administration. I think we all recognize, if you are an SSI beneficiary, this program is great. Don't get me wrong, we're very grateful for the benefits and the opportunity to collect these monthly benefits from Social Security every month. However, the program is very, very, very broken in a massive way. I've talked about that so many times before in other videos. It needs massive, massive reform. In fact, these benefits that you're getting right now in 2025, a maximum of $967 a month as an individual and $1,450 as a married couple, who can really live on that? And again, I see the comments, I've heard the stories. It's really, really rough. Maybe like a few years ago, living on $967 a month, maybe it was doable, but these days, without additional financial assistance through like the SNAP benefit program and other programs that are available to SSI beneficiaries, it's virtually impossible, right? Especially right now across the entire country, the average rent is about $1,400 just for the average rent across the country. Meanwhile, food prices have gone up about 25 to 28% over the last few years. Utility prices are up anywhere between about 30 and 44% over the last couple of years. Medical costs have gone up. Yeah, the list goes on and on, right? But anyway, I want to discuss this because with some very, very simple changes to the SSI benefit program, with some legislation that is out there right now, they could easily bring this in, and this would be very nice with two simple changes. That's all it would really take. That would take like no time whatsoever on the behalf of lawmakers. They could easily bump these benefits up to $1,304 and $2,608 a month with, again, two simple things that could be done and should be done immediately. Why? Because this is the whole purpose of the program. As it started way back in the early 70s, the SSI program was literally formed as an anti-poverty program to help those individuals who are under the age of 65 with living with disabilities, or those individuals age 65 or older with limited income and limited resources, to basically be financially stable and not reliant on friends, family, neighbors, acquaintances for basically their help with their finances. That's literally the purpose of the program. It was supposed to be an anti-poverty program, but unfortunately today it is literally a poverty program because of how these benefits have fallen behind over the last 50 plus years. That's how it is now. It's literally a poverty program. Anyway, let me share with you really quickly some of the legislation that is out there that could easily establish this, and it would be so incredibly easy to do, and it wouldn't even cost that much money whatsoever. Okay, the SSI Restoration Act. I want to come back to this one. Yes, I've talked about this before in other videos. In fact, I have dedicated videos here on the channel talking about this because it is such a good piece of legislation. But it is out there, and what it would do is completely reform SSI and do a bunch of things to the program. Number one, it would raise benefits up to the federal poverty line. Okay, let me talk about that for just a second. And maybe you've heard me talk about the federal poverty line before in other videos, but let me really emphasize why this is so incredibly important. Okay, so every year the federal poverty line adjusts. It adjusts higher a little bit, anywhere between about, well, this year it went up by 3.9%. Over the last several years here, it's been going up right around that, between 3.9 and about 5.5% is how much the federal poverty line has been increasing on an annual basis each and every year. Either way, for this year, 2025, it did increase by another 3.9%. It went up by $590 as an individual, okay? But what does that matter, and why do we really care about this? Here's why. The federal poverty line is a simple guideline to determine where is someone's income as a result or as a comparison of the federal poverty line. Basically, it gives us a benchmark as far as, hey, somebody's above the federal poverty line, somebody's at it, or somebody's below it. I mean, it's literally all it is. It's just a benchmark that we can kind of use and compare against, right? Well, as you can see right there with the number I shared with you, $1,304 a month is what the federal poverty line is on a monthly basis for a household of one or an individual. That's a far cry from the $967 as a maximum benefit right now. Okay, but the SSI Restoration Act actually solves some of this issue. One of the main provisions within that legislation is to raise benefits up to the federal poverty line for SSI beneficiaries. Not bad, right? So that'd be adjusting benefits instantly up to the federal poverty line. Just if they were to pass that one provision within the SSI Restoration Act, that one change alone would boost benefits by over $300 a month for these individuals. Not a bad situation, right? Now, also within the SSI Restoration Act, they also have the marriage penalty, right? Many of you that are married, you know the situation. Marriage penalty, it's a tough one. People that are receiving SSI are seeing reduced benefits because of the marriage penalty. It's a bad one right there, right? So anyway, right now, as you know, the maximum benefit in 2025 for a married couple is $1,450. Okay, that's what it is right now. However, if they were to do two simple provisions out of the SSI Restoration Act, number one, boosting benefits up to the federal poverty line, and number two, removing the marriage penalty, which why is the marriage penalty still even a thing? Why is that even there still? It just seems very odd to me that that is so out of date, but yet is still in there, and they're still reducing benefits because of the marriage penalty. I don't know. Seems very odd to me, but it's still there, unfortunately, and hopefully we'll get some changes on that. But if they were to do these two simple things, if they were to remove the marriage penalty and boost benefits up to the federal poverty line, again, both of which encompassed in the SSI Restoration Act, both of those, here's what this would do. Think of this. It could boost the maximum benefit for an individual up to $1,304 a month, again, 100% of the federal poverty line, and again, if the marriage penalty was removed, then guess what? If a married couple was eligible for the entire full amount for two individuals, $1,304 each, or maximum new benefit for a married couple of $2,608 a month, compared to what it is now of the $1,450, right? Which, by the way, what is the difference on that? Let me tell you, it is what did I say? It's $1,158. I think my math is right on that. I could be off a little bit. I think my math is right. But yeah, $1,158 is the difference on that, with two simple provisions that could be changed and easily should be changed for the SSI program. That's it. That's all it would really take. That's nuts. Why something like this has not been done yet still confuses me. Why? Well, first off, it's easier not to do it than it is to do it, right? Because if lawmakers were to bring this up and if they were to start working on it, they would have to go through the process of negotiating it, writing all the legislation or rewriting it essentially and kind of bringing it up to date. Even though it's out there in its current form now with the SSI Restoration Act, they would have to probably rewrite it, negotiate it, add amendments and all kinds of things like this and figure out how much it's going to cost, which it wouldn't cost that much at all because it's not even that many people. I mean, it's a little less than 8 million people that'd be affected by this. Okay, I mean, it's a far cry from the 334 million people that we have in this country as a whole, right? So it's a very small percentage, but when you look at the total dollar amounts here, it really doesn't come out to a whole lot. Maybe a couple $1 billion a year is what this will really cost. It's not that much, right? Anyway, I want to share this with you simply because these are some of the changes that are out there. See, these are some of the changes that SSI really needs, and it would be very, very easy to do, and that's all it would really take. These couple of revisions, can you see how powerful that would be for the people receiving SSI? An increase of monthly benefits for an individual of over $300 a month, or an increase of monthly benefits for a married couple if they raise benefits up to the federal poverty line and remove the marriage penalty. Those two changes alone could potentially boost benefits by over $1,100 a month for a married couple. That's life-changing money right there, right? That's incredible. So that would nearly double. I mean, obviously there's a little bit of a difference, but that would nearly double benefits for a married couple. That's incredible, okay? So, I mean, if somebody's used to living on, say, $1,450 a month as a married couple, nearly doubling that would be life-changing. I don't know how else to say it, right? So anyway, there's other provisions within the SSI Restoration Act, but these are two of the big ones. Now, obviously, they do have the change in there to adjust the asset levels. In other words, how much you can have as an individual or a married couple. Those numbers are still sitting at $2,000 for an individual and $3,000 as a married couple, and they want to raise them to $10,000 and $20,000. Well, okay, if somebody's living on $967, you're not going to save $2,000. I'm just saying, it's just like virtually impossible to live on $967 and then try to stash away a couple $1,000s. It's going to take years, I mean like decades to do that if you're lucky, because you're probably spending the entire amount on just living expenses. It's going to be very difficult. So even having that threshold to go up to $10,000, doesn't matter. It could be $1 billion and no one would ever get there living on a teeny tiny benefit like that, because it's just impossible to save any money when you're trying to live on, less than $1,000 a month. Anyway, just want to bring this to your attention just so you can see what's out there. And again, some very simple changes, and this is all it would really take to bring these benefits in, to raise them up, to remove some of the outdated provisions like the marriage penalty, and bring this program back to where it was supposed to be back when this program started, back in the early 70s as an anti-poverty program. And it is no longer an anti-poverty program. It is now a poverty program because of how the program benefits have fallen behind so much over the last 50 plus years. Anyway, hope this helps you. Again, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. I am watching the details, watching the headlines, watching the new bills, packages, proposals, ideas, concepts, plans, anything that's being floated out there right now to adjust benefits or bring more money to fixed income. Of course, I'm continuously watching that and bringing it to your attention here in these short videos. I hope this helps you. I'm here for you, to represent you, to advocate for you, to keep you informed. Anything I possibly can right now. I appreciate your support. If I can ask a huge favor of you, number one, please subscribe to the channel. If you're new here or if you've not done so yet, make sure to subscribe. It is totally free to do so. There's a big subscribe button right down below. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Otherwise, check out the other videos here on the channel, the 5,000 plus in the video library, or down below as well. If you can think of one or two people that benefit from this video, feel free to share this. There's a share button right down below as well, right by the subscribe button. Make sure to share this out, and feel free to share with your social media as well if you'd like to. I really appreciate that. Otherwise, down below in the description or the top of the comment section, I've hand-selected some very popular videos for you there. Check those out, or now popping up on your screen as well, you'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, just have a nice day. That's all that really matters. I'm here for you. Enjoy your day, and I hope I can see you again soon.